Alright guys, welcome back. It's LSP, currently the 21st of July 2019. Time is 11:22 AM GMT time. So the contract expired on the previous crude oil contract which I was using. So I've redone the levels on the weekly, and I've also added some daily levels. I've took the 4-hour level off. I'll go through it in a second, but we're using the September contract now. I believe it is, yeah, September contract. So my broker, it will send me a like an email or a sort of mail, whatever it is, and let me know that the contract's expired. So obviously I have to kind of redo the charts every month. Just to kind of explain what it is that I'm going to be doing. Okay, right now we're focused on the supply and demand idea. All of this that I'm doing is basically with the idea of putting everything back on the trader and not the system. What I'm trying to illustrate is we'll do supply and demand, however long that takes. We'll get some information. We'll watch these levels. We'll see if it's a viable system, and then once we have the results, we'll put that to one side. Then we'll do, for example, maybe support and resistance ideas, and we'll do that for a little while. Then we'll do Wyckoff because it's something that I really want to kind of show. So I'll do Wyckoff, and then maybe I'll do MACD divergence because there's some pretty cool stuff that I was taught many years ago by somebody who used to work for Small World, which is a money transfer business. And then maybe we'll do, that's about as far as I'll go with indicators, to be honest, like the MACD. And you can see it on stochastics as well, what he taught, but I prefer to see it on the MACD. I don't use it. It's not something that interests me, but it's good for showing major market reversals and sort of bigger swings in the market. And we'll go through all of these systems, all of these ideas, trading ideas, okay? And then once we have all of this information, okay, we can look at it and say, well, and I might even do a random system actually as well. In fact, yeah, I will. I'm gonna do a random system as well, series of videos where we just discuss, just getting in at any random point and seeing whether the risk management, is responsible for making that particular system work, and so on and so on. So once all of that's done, where does that leave us? What's the whole point of wasting my time? Okay, when I say wasting, I absolutely love this stuff, but I'm trying to illustrate a point. To go through all of this and we're wasting loads of time going through all of these videos and showing you guys all of this stuff. What's the point? My main focus through all of this, the heart of what it is that I'm trying to get across, is the trader is responsible for everything, not the system. Okay, and you'll see it for yourself. Once I go through all of this, everybody can teach you perfect accuracy, and it's irrelevant, because if you as a trader cannot control yourself, if you as a trader are not strong mentally, and physically, and healthy, and know exactly what it is that you're doing, learn to control your emotions, learn to control your psychology, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Somebody could give you the golden ticket and it's just irrelevant because you will still screw it up somehow. So I want to take the focus away from all of this system crap and put it back on the trader where it needs to be. And this is something that I've felt very strongly about for many years, because every trader that I've spoke to, regardless of where they've come from, what their background is, where they've learned from, who they've learned from, and how their trading is now, every single trader, without exception, that I've ever spoken to, okay, or that I've helped, or that we've discussed trading, not necessarily helped, but just discussed trading and gone through a lot of different things, has always come back to the same thing. Any issue that is created or they have a problem with in their trading can be rooted back to a psychological problem, or a bias, or something to do with the trader themselves. Okay, I've actually sat down with traders and they've gone through some of their trades, and I'm like, this trade is perfect, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this system. There's nothing wrong with the trade. You're the problem. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're the problem. Like, I could take your system and make it work just by automating your rules. I can't personally do it because I don't know how to code, but I'm saying, like, your system, in terms of the rules, in terms of the way that, what you're looking for, when to get in, when to get out, it's all great. It actually makes perfect sense. And I've seen this through a myriad of different trading systems and ideas and concepts, whether it's supply and demand, whether it's support resistance, whether it doesn't make a difference. I've seen it. I've seen lots and lots of different traders use lots of different ideas, concepts, and systems. And I know traders that make money with these systems, and I know traders that do terrible. I know plenty of supply and demand traders. people that I've met online over the years. Loads and loads and loads of traders. Why do some people make it work and some people don't? I mean, it's all based around the same idea, the same system, the same model. I mean, let's be frank. There's only so many ways that you can draw a supply level, yeah, and so many ways that you can draw a demand level. If we drop down to the daily, okay, this isn't a mystery. It's not hard. Okay, this is supply up here, and this is demand down here. So when price gets to this level, we're going to watch the reaction here. I'm not going to record it, but I'm going to watch the reaction here. And because we're using end of day data, it's we're not in a rush to watch live price. We can watch it go down there, and if there's an entry down there, I'll show you how I would personally get into a demand level trade by using a confirmation entry, which is something that they go over in supply and demand. Remember, guys, I've done all of this. I've spent years and years and years studying lots and lots and lots of different systems and models. So we'll see what it, when it gets down there, we'll see what happens. And we'll if there's a trade, I'll take it. All for education, obviously. I'm not suggesting anybody do any of this stuff. I'm just putting information out there, and I'm trying to really take the emphasis away from the system and put it back on the trader. But like I was saying, there's only so many ways that you can draw a level. Yeah, I mean, if we get like 50 people and they all do the same trading course, so to speak, right, of supply and demand, okay, and they're taught by the same person. And it's good quality information, and they show you how to draw, for example, a demand zone. Okay, some people might draw it here, some people might draw, this small area down here. Some people might take the entire area, but either way, you've only got a few options, and one of those is going to be, pretty much right. In fact, all three are pretty much right. Yeah, and as long as you always use confirmation entry, you can't really go wrong. So why do people continually screw this shit up all the time? Yeah. Like what I'm saying right now, in theory, should be, really easy. Wait for price to come down. First learn how to draw these, not learn how to, but learn where supply and demand is, okay? Using the supply and demand, methodology, okay? Learn where to do those once you've done that. In theory, again, how simple is it? You wait for price to hit this level, wait for confirmation, you get in, have a reasonable stop according to the system itself, which actually, the system itself gives you everything. It puts the stop in, it puts the risk in, it gives you the target, everything. This is what I really like about supply and demand. It's a complete system, without you having to have a separate risk management model, because the zones, as they call them, pretty much do everything for you. Yeah. And there's obviously lots of other things, the way in which price leaves a zone, how much does it leave behind, what's the next level of, so for example, if you're taking a trade off the demand down here, where's the next level of supply? Okay, so as in on the way back up, is there enough room for you to take a trade? Does it make sense? And so on and so on and so on. But the point is, it's actually really, really simple. It's not hard to understand the mechanics of the way this methodology works. The entire system is pretty much there for you. Okay, so it's all done. All the rules are in place. So really, why, if we break it down, are there not hundreds and hundreds of thousands of traders, supply and demand traders out there, completely destroying the market and taking everything that's available in terms of money? Because in theory, I can show lots of different systems. I don't use any of this stuff. I'm just saying, I can show lots and lots and lots of different systems that all make money. Yeah, I'm not saying that I could make those systems make money, and that's my point. Yeah, but I know that there's people that can make these systems work. So what's the one common denominator? It has to be the trader, right? There's nothing else. So again, we should have hundreds of thousands of people running around trading supply and demand, keeping to themselves, having plenty of money and living the dream, so to speak. But that's simply not the case. We know this is not the case. Okay, so like I said, the system isn't the problem. The system was never the problem. The education was never the problem. What you learn from other people is never the problem. I could talk and talk and talk, and people can dislike my videos. People can give my videos a thumbs up. People can leave comments. Either way, you're going to be learning something from what I'm talking about. But ultimately, if you can't use that information in your own personal psychological makeup to make money in the marketplace and make you a better trader, it doesn't make a difference. So if I show you guys something on supply and demand, if I show you guys something about support and resistance, if I show you guys something about Wyckoff, if I show you guys something about MACD, if I show you guys something about moving averages, if I show you positive and negative divergence, and so on and so on and so on and so on, okay, and you learn something from every one of those videos that I do, or series of videos that I do, okay, that does not mean that you can go out and become a successful trader. It doesn't mean anybody can do that. Okay, what matters is taking that information and being able to apply it in a way that makes sense to you. Okay, right now I'm on the daily chart, okay, which is about as low as you get in terms of an entry time frame. Sorry, it's about as high as you get as an entry time frame for me personally. If I was ever to take a trade on the daily chart, generally my entries are coming from the 1 hour chart. Okay, so if somebody said to me, look, these ideas that you're talking about, you know, really complement longer moves, okay, you should be using them for swing trading or position trading, because they give you a really good indication of the turn in the markets, you know, and where these next big moves are going to be happening, just for argument's sake. Okay, the system wouldn't work for me. Yeah, I find it very difficult to make that work because I simply cannot hold on to trades. Yeah, I've never been able to hold on to trades. I've made this abundantly clear over the years in any videos that I've done, in any forum posts that I've done, in any work that I've done with trades. I've always made that one thing very, very clear. I just can't hold on to trades. It doesn't matter how much I try. And I've been developing this swing trading system since January last year, and the results aren't that great, to be honest. And it's all because I personally cannot hold on to trades. So the system itself is brilliant. Yeah, the system is very, very good. But I personally cannot. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I personally cannot hold on to trades. So I keep screwing up the trading results. You know, this is why I'm using really, really small size, and I'm just leaving these trades open, you know, and then I inevitably screw the trade up, and the trade ends up going to where I need it to go to, you know, and although it's frustrating, it's teaching me a lot about myself. So like I said, the trader is the problem. So I do apologise that I've been going on for a little bit, kind of bouncing back and forth. Where we stand right now, obviously we have the, you know, these big areas up here on the weekly. You know, we're closer to this one, so we're going to be monitoring that one, obviously, unless we get some insane spike. But right now, the daily levels are the ones that we're paying them, you know, the most attention to. With this, okay, demand zone down here being the one that's you know, we're close to. That's the one pretty much, you know, that makes the most sense. So when price gets to it, we'll monitor it over the next week, see if price gets in there. And then we'll start to look at some ideas on how potentially you could get into the marketplace down there, how it would make sense, you know, and if I can figure it out, I'll try and figure out a way to explain how traders would end up screwing this up, you know, so at least that way we can separate the system and the trader and look at both. So as always, guys, I hope the video finds you well. And we're going to be, you know, sticking with the supply and demand idea for a while. Just so we've got enough information to say, yep, this stuff works, because it does. I've seen it work before. I know traders who use it, and I've personally used it in the past. It does work. It does work. So, you know, once we have that, you know, then we'll jump over to you know, the support and resistance ideas, and then, you know, we'll do that for a little while and see how we get on. All right. So again, I hope the video finds everybody well. I'm wishing everybody a good weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. And I will catch up with you in the next video. All right, guys, take care.